When you hear the name Warren Buffett, what do you think of? Well, if you're like me, words like successful, wealthy, and genius come to mind. Warren Buffett embodies the very definition of self made success and is a prime example of the American dream being possible. I've always been interested in Buffett because he is one of the most successful self made businessmen and investors in the industry I want to pursue when I'm older. In fact, I have a previous understanding about him because I have done a presentation about him before this one today. But today, I'm going to tell you the life and the history of Warren Buffett, the hardships he went through to make himself successful, and the accomplishments that he made throughout his life. To begin to understand Buffett's success, we must first understand his history and how he got to be where he is now. Warren Buffett was born on August 30th, 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska. He is one of three siblings, and he is the only boy of those three siblings. According to biography.com, Buffett's father, Howard Buffett, worked as a stockbroker and served as a congressman. His mother, Lila Buffett, worked as a homemaker. Early in Buffett's life, he had a knack for mathematics and quickly became a prodigy in the subject. Because of this, he graduated high school early and then quickly got his master's degree at a university. After college, he began investing his money and started his own business called Buffett, Clark and Company. Later in his life, his career really took off whenever he invested into New England textile company called the Berkshire Hathaway. He later took control of said company in 1965 and worked as head director for the company until 2006. According to Forbes magazine, he had a net worth of $76.2 billion because of his investment strategies within said company. With all the success he had obtained, it is important to know that he had also managed to go through many hard times that shaped and defined him into what he is today. To begin with, he wasn't from a super wealthy family that helped him throughout his career. Even though his parents had good, well-paying jobs, they weren't generationally wealthy like many other billionaires. He had to work for all of his own accomplishments, and he was the first generation millionaire in the family, and he became a self-made billionaire. There were many times during his career when he made a bad decision that put him down and that cost him and his companies lots of money. For example, CNBC.com says in 1933, Warren Buffett purchased Dexter Shoe Company for $433 million in Berkshire Hathaway stock. His 2007 letter to shareholders, he admitted that it was a poor decision that cost him and the investors $3.5 billion. Instead of getting down about his failures, he admits that mistakes are a part of life and takes it as a lesson rather than a failure, saying, "Today, this was my worst deal I've ever made, but I'll make more in the future. You can bet on that." This mindset is one of the main reasons he is so successful, and he has so many accomplishments throughout his career. Now that we know his history, we can dive into the accomplishments throughout his career. Warren Buffett's life is so full of major accomplishments that if we were to name them all, this presentation would last all night. So I'm going to keep this brief. To start off, he is currently ranked as the third richest person in the U.S. according to CBSNews.com. He has over $211 billion invested into over 60 different companies such as Wells Fargo, Coca-Cola, Visa, and Kraft Heinz. As if this wasn't already enough, his most selfless accomplishment was that he committed 99% of his fortune to charity and persuaded other big names such as Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Mackenzie Bezos to donate a lot of their money, according to Vox.com. Now that you are well informed about Warren Buffett, it is clear that he is a hardworking, self-made businessman that continues to impact the industry in many ways. I hope that the next time you hear his name, you will be well versed on the topic and know how he got to be so successful and live the American dream. Thank you. Now I'm going to open the floor for questions if there are any. Okay, first question. Okay, she said, what is the previous experience you had on the topic? Well, like I said, I've already done a presentation about him, so I'm well versed on him, I would say. I had a presentation on him in 12th grade, so I know a lot about him. Any more questions? Okay, the question was, what are some other accomplishments in his life that weren't mentioned? He was also awarded the Medal of Freedom by Barack Obama, as you can see in this picture. Now, I didn't write this down, but he has greatly impacted many other aspects of life and has many other accomplishments. Now, if that's the last question, I'm going to close the floor. Thank you so much.